Blog Talk Radio.
Here at ACO Radio, American Communications Online, or any affiliated stations or websites are not responsible for what guest hosts or call-ins may say. All programming is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only.
The bluegrass trains are coming from Beaverdale down to Alabama. The bluegrass trains are coming. Bluegrass trains are coming. Long, long train running. It's a song's refrain, and I gotta remain. Bluegrass trains are coming. Bluegrass trains are coming. You'll hear Bill Monroe's a strumming. Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, Ralph Stanley's giving hugs. But the bluegrass trains are coming. For many years it has been running from the town of Rosine down to New Orleans. The bluegrass trains are coming. See the white clouds a chugging. Hear the big, big wheels a humming. From the Ohio down to Mexico. Sound of long time ago, sounds that we all know. See the engineer, now the legend's here. The bluegrass trains are coming. The bluegrass trains are coming. Bluegrass trains are coming. Show tonight. Happy Halloween. Happy memories of 2020. I'll ask anybody that wants to join me tonight so they can record on Halloween and tell us their favorite part of this year. Not sure anybody has any, but I'm hoping they do. So let's get started here. We've got a few calls that were waiting on me today, so they're probably ones that know we do psychic readings. But let me let Tommy introduce himself. Tommy Hawksblood, you want to introduce yourself and help me out tonight? Happy Halloween.
Yes. Happy Halloween. Greetings, TJ. Tommy Hawksblood here. I'm calling from that big island of Hawaii, and it's separate from all the other islands in Hawaii, and it's called the Big Island of Hawaii, which most people do not know. All right. They always say, which island are you on? I said, the Big Island. So which one's that? It's called the Big Island. So with that being said, happy Halloween. A lot going on here in Hawaii. We got a lot of UFO sightings daily, nightly. Multiple people can see it. It's not like one stranger, one drug addict, or one drunk sees it. Lots of people are seeing it. I see it every night, basically if it's clear. But we've been having a lot of cloudy nights, which means almost every night. So it's not we can go outside. I'm a writer, speaker, UFO investigator, you name it. I'm on a spiritual quest, which I've been on all my life. I do teach some spiritual things. If anybody's interested, want to get out of this world to get into the next realm and learn the things and the abilities to get there and how to do it. There's multiple things that are going on as we speak with this whole president thing. Who knows if there's going to be any riots in the next couple of days or any serious things going down. But I want you to know, but we're going to get into, I'm going to bring you into a few things if there's time, what's going on the planet right now. Not in dreamland, not in somebody's bedroom, not in somebody's fantasy world, but in reality on this planet. And it's incredible.
Well, you have your own radio show too, so tell them about that. Where they can get you.
I do a few
on
shows.
Your TV show.
But the best thing is to get in touch with me at hawksblood1@AOL.com. I'll give you the links, and I can get you on any show that you want to come on. If you got any truth, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual truth, UFO information, please call in. I do a show Tuesdays with Tina Bird, who's in England. And we talk about UFO stuff because she's been being abducted half of her life. So we get into the truth about that. And you're not going to hear a lot of the stuff we talk about anywhere else. So if you really want to find out about that, I put a book out, basically How to See a UFO Field Manual. It's a PDF file. If you're interested, I'll send it to you for free. It's about 200 pages, and if you listen, follow the book, you'll have every technique you can to see a UFO, and you will. But then the UFO world is pretty changing now. We got a lot of different things going on, good and bad. And what people want is probably not what's going to happen. We have all this UFO stuff going on around us. If you can't see it, I don't know why not. Some people are a little more gifted. They can look at the sky and see a ship right away. Some people have to open up their minds a little bit to at least try to see the sky and accept what they see. In your subconscious, believe it or not, most people see things and they just block it out. I mean, even in the corner of your eye, I saw somebody walk by, but no, it's just my eyes. Or we like to disprove what we actually see and experience, especially if it doesn't fit into the, quote, normal reality, which we're programmed to accept. So I'm a truth seeker, and that's the only thing I will put in my discussions is the ultimate truth that I know is true. Or when I bring a guest on, I have to feel them out and make sure that I feel that they're coming from their heart, from their truth, from what I consider truth as well. Because a lot of people have dreams and think it's true and accept it as their truth. So I'm more a person that...
calls going on here.
You got calls?
Yeah, I got calls, but had calls.
Oh, okay.
Hey, sorry I was so late, folks. I was actually trying to get back on my own show. That's why I was playing music. 203, where are you calling from? Connecticut? You're a regular?
Yes, Connecticut.
Hey.
I'm a first-time caller.
Oh, no. Seriously?
Yeah.
I thought I knew you already. Wow.
I'm sorry? No, first-time caller.
Wow. Well, how do you know about Blog Talk?
Oh, I love Blog Talk. I call Blog Talk all the time. I love Blog Talk Radio. Blog
and you
Talk
haven't
has helped me.
Go ahead.
Blog Talk has helped me survive the past 10, 15 years, honestly.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, with these generous readings, absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, so you called in for readings, but you haven't called in to me, Theresa, TJ Morris, ET Radio?
No, I'm just reading about you. I'm just
Oh,
reading about
really?
you online. Yeah, so it's really interesting.
Well, good. Come like me. And, yeah, I've got books out there and YouTube's Theresa J. Morris, TJ Morris, CT Radio. And Tommy's been helping me a long time. So you were calling in to just get to know us, or did you want a reading? Because I hadn't planned on doing readings. I was planning on letting, my regulars call in and get to talk for a little while. But I guess I could hit you up since you're new.
Okay, I'd love a reading. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me welcome a couple other people here because they may be calling in just to talk and leave. But hold on because I don't usually do just let them talk. Hi, 630. Where are you calling in from? Who are you? And do you know me already? Hello? Hello, I can hear you. I guess you're just listening. That's interesting. Okay, well, let's try 631.
Hello?
631. Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Suzanne, Long Island.
Hey, Suzanne. How are you doing tonight?
Good. I didn't know if you were doing readings.
Oh, is that what you wanted, a reading? Everybody always wants a reading. So I was hopefully going to have people call in and just talk to me tonight, but I guess that's what people want. That's what they're famous for here on Blog Talk. All right. Well, hold on then. I guess we'll just do that, Tommy, and then me and Tommy can talk after we do a few readings. Okay, well, happy Halloween, everybody. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back to the first one then. Let's see, go back to, was it 203? All right, 203, you're still live and on the air. Okay, have you got a question you want to ask, first of all?
Sure, and you said to talk. Do you mean talking about UFOs and stuff?
Anything. It was just a get-together tonight for Halloween to make sure that some of my friends, but I guess they're all busy working on Facebook because they'd rather talk on Facebook, I guess. So I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it till the last hour, but Tommy just happened to call me. But I know that people that like readings, they'll always call in, right?
Well, I'll definitely follow you. I do have a UFO experience. But,
nice.
Yeah,
well, go ahead and share that with us. I'm going to finish my chili while you talk. Tommy's right here co-hosting with me. But Tommy's just sort of follow along with her, and we got 2 readings. But let you talk for a minute about that. So we're going to try to limit to 15 minutes each, people. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait. Oops, I cut her off. Hold on, Tommy. I meant to mute me. I muted you. Okay, what's your name from Connecticut?
It's Pat.
Pat? Okay, I'm in Florida, in the Panhandle. And Tommy's over on the Big Island, okay? But I'm going to finish eating my chili while I listen to you.
Go ahead. Okay, great. All right, a number of years ago, I had never seen a UFO. I certainly believed in them, but I'd never seen one. I was coming back from the dentist in one state, Connecticut, traveling to Massachusetts, and I saw a bright light to my left, and I just thought, that's a bright light. And I continued driving. And 20 minutes later, the light was still literally in the same position. I thought, that's not possible. It's like it's following me. I continued driving all the way, almost home. It was in the same position. I pulled over in a rest area and watched it for a while. And I think the car next to me had done the same thing. By the time I got home, it was late. My son, who was about 16, was in bed. And I woke him up. I said, you have to come with me because I need a witness for what I'm seeing. And we went up a bit of a mountain, and we both looked, and I had read this in a book. I said, ask it to move so you can understand. And the brightness that we were looking in the horizon literally went down below the horizon and disappeared and came back up. So we went nuts. We got in our car, and we started chasing it. We saw some odd things that night. We saw an owl fly right in front of us. We saw 4 lights together in the sky, and that had a completely different feeling. Okay, from then on, for the next 2 weeks, every night when I would walk my dog, almost every single night, I'd go into this cemetery which was open with pines. This was pretty much in the country. It was a beautiful place to walk. Every single night I'd look up in the sky and I'd see a light, and it would shoot across the sky. And another one, and then suddenly move across the sky. So I'd go home and I'd wake up my son, and I said, you've got to be a witness. He was always a witness. He always saw what I saw. Okay. 2 weeks later, or maybe almost 3 weeks later, my son got in an accident and broke his back, and then had a horrendous reaction to the general anesthesia. And I almost lost him twice, and it was an amazing experience. I asked someone later, because then I never saw the UFOs after that. I asked a psychic that I was in touch with for years why that happened, and she said sometimes they come just in celebrations or just in support. Anyway, that's my experience. For 3 weeks straight, I saw them in the sky, and I miss seeing them.
How long ago was that?
That was, let's see, it was over 20 years ago.
Well, you said in Long Island?
No, this was in Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts. All right. Interesting, because, I was on Long Island with this medicine woman doing some work out there, and I know I went to drive home, and this light followed me. But it takes like 3 hours, depending on the traffic, or longer, to get from the tip of Long Island all the way back to the New Jersey.
Yeah.
But this light followed me all the way back into almost right into the city, and then I lost it.
Cool.
But, you said something about an owl popped up across your car when you saw it, right before you saw this?
When we went searching for it, we were sort of across in another town in the woods, and an owl swooped right in front of us, I think maybe a deer, and then we saw 4 lights together. And later I was talking to a different psychic, and she said, that had an ominous feeling, didn't it? And I said, yeah, it did. It was completely different from the other ones that we saw. But I'd also read sometimes they will take form of an owl or an animal.
Well,
so
I was going to bring that up because there was a movie, I think, the Fourth Kind or whatever it was, about a possession and everything. UFO came down and all that. But it was supposed to be actual video footage of it and everything. It all came out to be a lie. But basically, they kept showing this owl appearing right before the UFO situation happened. For me, and I'm not making this up, I'd say about maybe 15, 20 times right before I saw a UFO, I would see an owl fly directly over me.
That's
like really
cool.
close to me. So, yeah, there must be some kind of connection, whether they're tuned into the energy or whatever, or it's just a coincidence. I'm not saying it's not, but it's just kind of bizarre that when I see an owl, I know I'm going to see a UFO. That's how strong it is for me.
Do you know how seldom people see owls? You hear them, but you very seldom see them. For you to see them so often, that's amazing.
Something really bad. My name's Hawksbug, and I usually see hawks before anything happens in my life. When I'm going to move, I'll see hawks directly above my head. But I was in Oregon, and I was working, but it was going to be the last day I worked there. And as I went to leave, this white owl flew in front of my truck.
Wow.
But what was worse, I got onto the highway, and there it was. It was hitting the road about 5-10 minutes later. Yeah. I picked it up and brought it home and buried it. But, it's just, what the coincidences are of that happening, I can't say one way or another. But for me, I accept it as a sign that something's going to happen as far as the UFO world. But, it's so your son, is he a believer of UFOs now in a good way?
Yeah, he's, he was always, I was sort of a crazy mom, so he was exposed to a lot of things. He's open to a lot of things, but he doesn't follow them the way I do. But I'll tell him things. I'll text him something, and he'll say cool, and that's about it.
But,
you know what, the accident really shut him down. It freaked him out, and he's never dealt with it, so that may be part of it.
That's sad. That's a sad part. Karma in this world has to be paid out one way or another, and it's usually not in a happy way, because we wouldn't be here. But paying the karma back, and it's things that we don't even know that we did in this life or another life. But I look at it this way: if you pay off your karma, you're always going to go to a better place. If you make more karma, you're never going to get to that good place.
Right.
So how bad it gets, just realize, hey, I'm paying it off, and I'm glad. So bringing you to a new level, a higher level. But no, I appreciate your story. I'm glad you called in. Like I said,
Okay.
TJ does readings, but she wasn't going to do them today, but she probably will because more people are calling in and want a reading right now.
Oh, well, I'd love one.
I don't. Well, all I can say is stick around, and she'll be back in a few minutes. But maybe she'll add. Right now, she got 2 other people that want a reading. So that'd be cool. I mean, she signed us up one night a week up to do it on a show as well.
Okay.
This way, people calling in. But no, stick around. Don't hang up yet, and we'll see what goes down with that.
Okay. It was nice talking with
you.
you.
Stay there. Okay, it was a pleasure. Just put yourself on mute for now, and you can probably come back on as soon as you hear her voice come back on.
Okay. Here I am. I was on my
here's
phone,
TJ.
but y'all couldn't hear me, so
okay.
Let's see. Let me turn the speaker
she
off. I was
said she
listening
would like
to
a reading.
Okay.
TJ, she said she's interested in a reading too.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hear me now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Not saying anything, but I can hear you. TJ, you there now?
Okay, I'm going to have to hang this other phone up. Let's see. Hold on, folks. I'm juggling 3 phones while I handle this board for the radio show. Yep. I need 2 more hands. Let's see. Put this one on hold. Okay. Now, I can hear pretty good on this phone. Now, I'm not going to be able to hear you, so I'm going to lay it down so I can do your reading. Okay, this is for Pat, right, Pat?
Yeah, hi.
Okay, I can hear you on my other phone. I hope it doesn't drive you crazy.
Okay, great.
All right, let's see here. Let's see what we got for Pat, y'all. Everybody hold on. We're going to do the standard 333. I got 2 more people that called in earlier. Okay, we've got, oh my goodness. Okay, in the past, what I've got for you is a change in life with 9 for abundance. You've apparently lived long lives before. You came in this time wanting to know wisdom, and you wanted to travel the way that I read the cards. I see that. Let me see what you've got over here. Oh, yeah, you did. You wanted to come in and work for your money, so I hope you're having fun, because apparently that is exactly what you wanted to do. Now, while you're sitting there now, it shows you're fine as far as money and abundance and wisdom. It really doesn't show that you have to work for anything. It's right now it's showing you can have 2 jobs while you're waiting to maybe in the future. You have where you may be traveling in the future, in the now. I haven't got to your future yet, but in the now it shows you can hold 2 jobs and that you're interested in travel. That's what the cards are telling me, okay? As long as I'm hooked in tonight. I can usually have to uplink my brain because it's hard on the internet. Okay, the future you have, oh good, you have the moon goddess on your side. And money again in your 2 jobs. So you're still going to be able to have 2 jobs or 2 incomes or 2 something, however you see it financially. And you will be offered 2 overseas something. I don't know if it's for work or for pleasure. But you're big on 2s. Now, your sword, 8 of Swords is showing me that you've got a lot that you haven't discovered yet. But it all seems to do with money and 2s, and you know how people say make sure you feed the right wolf when they're both good wolf and bad wolf? You know what I'm talking about, Pat?
I do.
Do you ever say that, or you've heard it?
Oh, I've heard it. I love that story.
All right, I'm going to look way in the future after 2021. It shows you're going to be winning at whatever you're trying. It's a victory card. And it has something to do with justice. So anything legally you've got. Now, this is not now. And this is, I said, after 2021. I've only got a couple of more people right now because I didn't really put I was going to do cards, but that's what they want. That's what I'll do. But it looks like you're going to be handling a lot of education. And don't worry about the judgment. Are you worried about your life or others around you? Because I'm showing that you've got a worried with angels and the Ascension cards up for you. So you've been worried that someone was going to pass?
No, I worry about my son. And huh?
Yeah. Well, he's maybe the two keeps coming up because of your concerns for yourself and him, but it looks like you're going to be fine, that something legally is going to come through with you and him. So you need to think about what is that legally that hasn't been done yet for you and him.
Okay.
It's going to come through, and it's going to be good. And you just need to be more informed with your high priestess. That's your higher self and your consciousness that talks to your guide.
Yes.
But he's got an angel too. And does he study anything in the metaphysical world?
No, he's open to it because of me. But he's a father of a young girl, a 2-year-old right now, and very busy trying to survive with computer graphics. He's an artist.
Oh, wonderful. Good. We could always use one here, too, so tell him to call me, too, sometime, because I always need computer graphic for our books, our websites, so keep us in mind for that. But I don't really see anything terrible at all, just the Justice card that came up for you after 2021, and money. So you're 2. Have you been working 2 jobs, or are you just thinking about it?
Well, I get Social Security now. It's very little, but it's something. So it's an income, and I'm back to painting. I do portraits of animals, and I'm hopefully I'm going to get that going. I never have really pushed it. Well, I've tried, but it hasn't taken off. And then I do things like house cleaning or dog sitting, and now I could use an extra job, but well, it
shows you rotating your money in the now and the future, too.
That's
so
wonderful.
It all looks good. I don't think you have to worry about the money part. But we've got an artist that comes on some Saturdays, Rich Flynn, and we've got Ace Folklife. Uh-oh, I'm talking in that phone. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better.
Ooh, goodness. Let me turn mine down. I'm having to rotate out of two phones. All right. Well, just be sure and don't sell your original artwork. Sell your G-Clays. And he makes his copies at Costco or Office Depot or somewhere. They're so make them 16 by 24, sell them. You know to do that, right?
No, I sell originals, commissioned artwork.
No. You make your original, and you take it to Costco for $10 and make a copy and sell a G-Clay and sign it.
Oh, interesting.
Okay? That's what we do now.
Once I finish a painting I'm working on, I would like to get into more stuff like that. I'd like to play a little more. But right now, it's individuals wanting like a painting of their dog. So
if it's good, make a copy. If you're the artist, you have author's rights.
Okay.
They may commission you. But if it's really good, you just tell them you'd like to keep it in your collection, that you're just starting your collection. And I help people resell their G-Clays.
Wow, okay.
So we'll put them online with our Ace Folklife for you.
Okay. Can I ask you one quick question since you're talking about the future? I'm really hoping I've been single for 30 years. I'm hoping to finally I'm ready to be in a relationship in a year or two. I still have some more healing to do. But lately I've been looking at my dog saying, I really want to be on the porch with you looking over the forest with a partner. And he's 11.
Goodness.
So.
Well, hold on. Since you're asking a direct question, it's a little easier, but let me cut once. I'll cut once for you with that in mind, looking for you a soul partner, or at least a partner. Let's see okay, here we go. The Magician, so anything's possible. Your Magic's up, the World card, Wheel of Fortune, and your Angel. So it looks very, very promising in all of those. I would suggest that, yes, what you just asked, now you just got to focus on that, because 2021 is going to be about focus.
Okay.
So do everything good, but go ahead and be making that gentleman. This one, I would say, has dark hair, tall, very smart, very intelligent, will be into metaphysics. So go to one of those Edgar Cayce meetings in Massachusetts or Connecticut. You know,
what did you say about Edgar Cayce?
Yeah, Edgar Cayce meetings or Unity Church.
Okay. One
of those places you'll meet him.
Good. I'll look that up. Now, how do I find you?
On YouTube, I've got little videos that tell you what we do with Ace Folk Life, American Communication Line. I'm here, and I've got Theresa J. Morris, Morris. And I've got American Communications Online. I've got ACIR Radio, ACO Radio, TJ Marcy.
Okay, so you're Theresa J. Morris. Who did I speak to about the UFOs? What's her name?
That's me, UFO Association. I've got that too. And I've got UAP.Associates. But
who did I speak to earlier?
That was Tommy. Tommy, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
How do you spell your name?
Well, everything on the internet talks, but HAWKSBLOOD 1.
Okay. All right. I'll find you both. Listen, I want to thank you both.
I'm on everything.
Very.
All right. Thank you, too.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, 631, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Now, tell me your name again and where you're calling from.
Suzanne, Long Island.
Hey, Suzanne, you've been around for a while, haven't you?
Yes.
Well, how's life treating you on Halloween today?
Good.
Yeah? Was there anything up for you? You want to just talk to me and Tommy, or what's up for you?
Oh, no, I wanted a reading.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see how your life is going. Let me get my cards ready here.
And if you see anything with love life.
Am I echoing?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I can. All right. Okay. Well, I'll read your cards. Wow, that's loud. Okay. You have to hear me, but maybe I can turn this one over. I know what I can do. I can mute this one. But then I won't be able to hear you. Okay, wait a minute. All right, let me do you. Let me just kind of focus. I have to focus. I have to do an uplink to the internet.
Yeah, I can't hear you that well then.
Okay. I'll put it back over here. All right, I have to be real still because it'll move and make a lot of noise. Let's see. I know what I can do. Hold on. It is muted. Well, all right. Now, maybe it won't. All right, I won't be able to hear you while I'm doing this, but just stand by and then we'll talk afterwards. So, Tommy, you be there and anchor me because I'm fixing to float away like a balloon. Okay, here we go. somebody has to anchor. I don't have. Tommy's got to anchor tonight. Because I'm an out-of-body person. I go out and stay out there. Okay, let's see. It's like E.T. phone home. Okay, somebody's birthday, so happy birthday, nines, and finishing the same thing. Now, you've got a major change up in your life. Let's see.
Yeah, it was just my birthday this month.
I'm not going to tell you that yet. Let's see. What is going on with you? Spirituality. Your money's up and working with. Oh, you're wanting to know if you're going to get money too, so that's okay. If you're going to get paid or not, but that's good. But it looks like, you're going to have to rely a lot more on your higher self and your spirit. You've got your angel's calling you, so that's your higher guide besides your soul self. But Tommy can work with you in those things too. We're going to be working in other dimensions. Oh boy, your future looks really good for 2021. Now, I've got to talk to you right now. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Oh shoot. Now can you hear me?
Barely.
No, CJ, we can't hear you. No.
Hold it wrong. Okay, can you hear me now?
You're very low.
No, come back to where you were.
Okay, let's see. All right. Is that better?
Yes.
I'll turn this one up. Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry tonight. I've got my internet's been off for a couple of weeks. It's paid for, but they had so many people at home that they were updating and rewriting code. They said for people like Prime, Amazon, and Hulu and Netflix, I guess, all of that. But the TiVo was messing up. It looks like now. Are you spiritually? You're spiritually. I don't know how to say this. Did you used to go to church and you quit going to church? There's a reason I'm asking you that. Have you stopped going to church completely? You're just like a spiritual science or spirituality person?
Well, no, I mean, with the COVID, I haven't gone to church. I don't go to church a lot. I've been,
Okay. Well, it's just that for some reason, all levels of your cards have the church in them. So I'm trying to figure out why. So that doesn't, but they do. You've got this beautiful church theme running through your cards, past, present, future, and future tense. So are you not looking for a man yourself?
I am.
All right. So he hasn't shown up yet? Is it supposed to be in 2021?
I don't know that. I'm asking you.
Well, the reason I was asking is you've got all these church cards, so I'm trying to figure out how to read them because they're confusing to me in the location where they're located. Readers have certain ways they do things, so and how they fall. And yours fall after you had a big upset and a divorce of some type, probably in a past life, because they're in the past behind now. The is and the now, how we say be in the now. But your now cards look really good, except it shows that you have some travel involved, but there's also some sickness involved. So have you heard from somebody like around you that has been ill?
Not
I guess
yet.
that'd be COVID. That might be COVID-19 showing up because you're so spiritual. Well, your cards believe you're very spiritual or supposed to be in church. So are you Catholic?
I don't really want. I mean, I can go to church. I want to go. That's not my biggest thing right now. I want to find a man, fall in love, get married. I mean, the church thing is like I'm not 90. I want to live.
All right. Well, you've got all these churchy cards in here, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Well, it says your angel. You're not a nun. Yeah, I don't think any of us are. Well, it looks like to me that your angel and temperance is saying, pouring cups from one to the other. She's very beautiful. She's standing in front of a rainbow, but she's showing that you're going to meet somebody, and it's within 9 months. So it's enough time for you to get pregnant, I guess, but no big deal, right? So it says
well,
the world
I can't get
is
pregnant at this age.
Well, good. So it says the world is at your fingertips. All you have to do is focus because you've got 2 Knight cards. Now, one is for wisdom, okay? The other one, but to have 2 in your reading, it's got to be within the 9-month period. And your higher calling is really about temperance and abundance. So have you stopped doing contracting work? You don't do contract work? There's a work card. There's a work card here, but it says that you've completed that, and now it's all about collecting the money. So right now your cards look pretty good, but have you? This one is all about. Your cards are really high spiritual. So I don't know what to tell you except just to do your best to focus on what you want, because you've got to feel like be do have, that you've already been there, done that, and own it, because your cards look really, really good for a man. And 2 of them, as a matter of fact. Now, that's what the cards are saying, okay?
Well, that would be great. I'm looking, you know what it is? I'm meeting people that they're older, but they're just very, very their ways. I mean, nothing against them. I'm not saying it, just they are. And if you talk to them just regularly, they think you're arguing or they think you're too aggressive. They just want you to say, yes, okay, how are you, you know.
Tommy's from up there too, but now I've had young guys coming on to me, and I don't like it. I mean, they're 30
well,
years
I don't
younger
have
than
any
me.
young men coming on to me, but I don't think young are going to look for a relationship either. You know, I'm looking for a future marriage. I'm not just looking for a fling.
Tommy, give me some help here. What do you feel for this lady? Because the show's within 9 months, she's going to meet 2 different gentlemen. But help her out. You hear her voice and her tone.
Well, you know, it's. Did you ever write down on a piece of paper all the things you wanted?
Yes, many times.
How many did you put on the things you want in a person? How many things did you put down in? How many things did you actually write down?
I don't know.
I've
done that before. They say put it on a piece of paper, hold it, put it in a closet, put it in a drawer, light it, burn it. I've done all that.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that's going to work.
She's ready to go knock them down and pull them in.
No, I don't have
what I wanted to say.
Not that bad.
What I wanted to say is most people put so many things on there, and then they expect this perfect person to come by. We're not in a perfect world. If we were, it would be so different. But, you know, what I was going to say is...
But I'm looking for a little butterflies or somebody who has, you know, we're going to sit and then we're going to do this, and they want to just do what they want to do.
Well, the most important quality... The most important quality is being honest. If you find somebody truly honest, it'll take the relationship a long way. All right? Because you can override a lot of things when people actually talk out something when something's wrong. Sure,
I can't even get to that point. They don't even have money to date. They don't have money or time to go out.
They want to go that's my daughter's problem. They want to take her to the park and just sit and talk or something these days.
Yeah.
You're
but
right.
I'm not a young
Even the contractors.
These men should have, or they just like I said, you want to meet and go for a walk. Oh, no, I want to sit and have dinner. I mean, but then they said they don't have any money, but they had careers. I'm not young. It's weird.
Yeah, it could be a sign of the times too, Tommy.
Well, no, if you have a career and can't afford dinner, you don't have a career. So, you know, when people lie, which they all do in a lot of ways, to try to get a person in there.
They want to spend it on other things because women at a certain age aren't important to them.
Oh, wow.
Well, see, that shows you they're not the kind of person you need in your life right from the start.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm finding. That's what I'm getting. I'm trying to go a little younger, not real young, but then they see my age and they think that I'm old, but I really don't look old. So it's hard.
How old did you say you are?
I just turned 60 in October.
All right.
She's our age.
My partner's 60. I mean, 60 is the age
it looks pretty
for
good
people
at Halloween
right now.
parties. They had some good-looking men and women at the Halloween party I went to.
I mean, it's hard to go out when you don't have a lot of money.
You said your mother's 60?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 67. I'm 67. My partner's 60.
Oh.
But no, here's the thing.
But Tommy's single. He just lives with a partner. But we don't decide. Maybe we need to run a dating service here. Start doing matchmaking. You know, that's something we should all consider.
I don't even know if I have common with people 67, 68. Believe it or not.
What? And you're living. You're living.
Where do you
go? Massachusetts, right?
Wait. We all can't talk at the same time. Where do you go right now? Where do you go right now to meet people?
Well, besides the COVID, every place I go, they're either too old or a lot of people are married on Long Island, so it's very hard to meet people. And then people online, they don't really have time. I've met a 68-year-old. After 2 dates, he wanted to be my boyfriend, and then he said he didn't have any money to date. He spends it on Foxwoods, this and that. Then another person, I didn't laugh at his jokes. He says, I don't want to date you. You didn't laugh at my joke. Then another person said, you're too assertive. You're asking too many questions. They just want you to say, oh, okay, I will sit there. You know, it's weird.
Well, do you have any hobbies?
Right now,
let's see what she does. What do you do for a hobby?
I don't have money to go have hobbies. It's just barely enough to live on Long Island.
This is what we're going through.
I have a 19-year-old son and I work. You know, it's like I'm not a grandma sitting there on Social Security yet.
Yeah.
You got to work till you're 70 on Long Island.
All right, so your son is 19 and you live on Long Island? Or
I don't want to go into it. I just wanted to see if you saw you 9 months I might meet somebody. Okay.
It says 9 months. No, 2. You've got 2 of them, but you'll have to make yourself available. But there are 2 within 9 months.
I can't go put a sign on a bulletin board. You know what I mean? It's like they're not online, the men, and you can't really go out. And if you do, like in the past when I went out, most of them are married. Either they're bitter and they want to date 1 million women at 65, and they want to date 1 million to get the best person, or they are bitter, or they're married. There's a lot of married people. Yep.
Well, you know, the way
Suzanne,
my friends who are 51, 54, they're having a hard time because a lot of people are married.
Well, you know, here's the thing. When a person's 60 and they're not married, people say, why is it so long and they're not married? But here's the thing.
Could be
now,
widows,
I know
too,
people,
like me.
Well, I don't want a widow. I've dated them, and all they talked about was their ex-wives.
Ex-wives.
I can't relate to a widow. I'm divorced.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so I
don't know if you can't get out and do
something.
Talking
widows, they're older, they're set in their ways, they have grandkids, and they talk about their ex-wives for, even if it's 10 years ago. That's what I've come to.
Need to meet somebody like Tommy. Tommy, you got anybody you can fix her up with over there? There's 2 coming your way. You just have to be open.
They have life, and they can't be, talking about going on dates, first dates with widows, and all they talk about was their wives.
Yeah. That's bad. Well, good luck to you, Suzanne. Come back and you'll be part of the show. And
I don't want to be part of the
show.
It's not fun. I guess I'll meet somebody in 9 months.
Yeah. Well, hopefully before then, 2 of them.
But,
yeah, if I just pick anybody and sit there and just, okay, I'll see you in a week. You can take me out to dinner. Okay, bye. See you in a week. You can take me out to dinner,
You don't have anybody on Facebook?
Nope.
I've got so many friends on Facebook and on LinkedIn. The LinkedIn guys are always wanting to talk to you, but I don't know.
Nope, nobody. They're all married. A lot of people on, what am I going to go on Facebook and... No, I don't. I'm telling you, a lot of Long Islanders are married, and if they're not married, and if they're cute and have a job, they are taken. If they want a relationship, there's so many women out here, they're taken in 5 minutes. If they don't want a relationship, then they're on the dating site for 20 years.
Oh, they've been on dating sites. And, okay, well, it's a good thing that, you're still out there looking. Now you can at least give us reports.
I'm not looking anymore. If it comes to me, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not looking.
Well, that's what they say, Suzanne. If you're not looking, that's when it happens. That's the good news, It's true. They say just don't, when you're not looking.
What are they going to do, come knocking on my door? You see what I'm saying?
Know. They were actually traveling, so you have to be traveling, too.
It'd be the one time you go to the food store.
Grocery store. The guy can't take his eyes off of you.
All the time. I go to Starbucks, whatever. Nobody ever comes up to me. Maybe when I was a little younger, 55, they did.
Well, but see, also, wait, here's another thing. You have to reset your mindset. If you keep telling yourself that, it creates that energy within you. All right?
But you got a good laugh.
No. You have
when I was
to
like
somebody to laugh with.
Men in the grocery stores say, "Hi, how you doing?" Ask me out. But now that I'm 60, they don't.
Well,
again,
laugh some more. You go up and talk to another gentleman and just say, "I'm lonely. Are you from around here?" And be forward.
And they'll say, "Yeah, I'm married. Want to meet my wife?"
Yeah, well, if it happens, it happens. Well, if you lived here, Suzanne, I'd take you out. I'd find you somebody. But you came to my radio show, so hopefully those two guys will show up within 9 months. But be ready, okay? And just don't look for a little while, and I'm sure it'll happen. You can always come back and let us know. Thank you. We appreciate your calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Come back. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bless her heart. That's the rough times for ladies at 60.
Well, my ex-wife is in the same exact spot.
Yeah. 216, did we do you already, or are you just staying with us?
Oh, you didn't do me.
What?
I said you didn't give me, I wasn't on.
Hi. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Desmond calling from Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. And what's your first name?
Desmond.
Oh, hi, Desmond. How are you doing tonight? Happy Halloween. Got lovely women out there. She hung up too fast, didn't she?
All right.
Well, what can we do for you tonight, Desmond? It's me and Tommy here. Tommy, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Oh.
Desmond, what's up for you on Happy Halloween?
Oh, I'm just chiming in. I mean, I just was tuning in, see what y'all was talking about. Saw UFOs.
Oh, you like UFOs? Did you want a reading, or are you just calling in for UFOs, or just anything and go with the flow?
I'll take a reading. I'll take a reading. But...
All right. So you're not looking for no women right now, huh?
If they come, they come. But, you know. See,
there's some men out there, too, Tommy. I knew there was. We have them call in occasionally. I said, let's start keeping phone numbers and start profiling women and men, I guess, just myself, so I can help these people. I don't know what else to do because I know people get discouraged, you know, and I've tried a long distance, Tommy. Remember that guy? One guy in 5 or 6 years, and we never got intimate or nothing. A kiss on the cheek, maybe, that was about it. But it didn't last because he lived over in Alabama and I lived in Florida, but my daughter was sick too and his dad was sick. It just wasn't the right time, wasn't the right place. All right, Desmond. Well, let me see. You're home on Halloween listening.
Oh.
Yeah, you got a UFO story?
Not really. I mean, it was I said an incident. I didn't see no UFOs. I know I was when I was in service. I was stationed in Alaska, and I was.
Woo!
Tell us
about it.
Right. It was like it was a cold night. I was with a female friend. She was driving her truck and her dad's truck at the time, and just going down this dark street, and we just saw. I knew it wasn't lightning. Something told me it wasn't lightning. It just was a real blinding flash, because it blinded her, and she had stopped the truck, and it was like, what was that? It wasn't lightning. I don't know. It's something that was going on around there, but it was kind of weird. That's about the closest thing I came to a UFO.
But you remembered it. It was I've had lights chase all of me and be around me, and I've seen red lights come out of white lights just sitting still. I've had all kind of happenings in my life. So yours was in Alaska, and you remember what year it was or anything? You should write it down. Send it to us. But it meant something to you because you remember it, right?
Right. It was weird. It was no car. There was no other cars on the road or nothing. It was just, oh no.
Were you Army or Air Force?
Army.
I was Navy, but I got to work Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. I was very, very, very fortunate to have people that were letting me start some new career or rehire, they said. Well, let me see what we got going on here, Desmond, and then looks 780. I don't know if we've done you yet or not, but let's see. Let me get your cards going here, Desmond. Doing something uniquely different tonight. Let's see what we got here. Well, let's see here, Desmond. You look like you've been a smart guy. According to the cards here, you're very patient. Now, have you been married before? Because there's a woman in your past. She looks like an older woman. Did you have a woman in the military while you were tried marriage and all that?
Yeah, I had one in the military.
Let's see.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Same age. Now, according to these, what is this about traveling? Is it the time of the year? Now, it shows for me that you need to look at your dreams. Have you been having some interesting dreams? Lucid dreams? You know what lucid dreams are, where they feel like they're real?
Yeah, like every doggone every night.
Yeah. Tommy, we're going to have to start working with people on lucid dreams, too, getting them, why that people are getting closer to that higher dimension. We're just a little planet here in space, but a lot of people are doing the real ascension part, but that's in your cards, just so you know. That's important for his now, in the now, that his dreams, your dreams are important to your change and what I call the ascension, or you're raising your consciousness to the next level, so you're actually going to be a lot more intelligent. Now, have you been working online, or have you been in tech at all, thought about tech, IT, or security?
IT? No.
Not your thing?
No, more, probably me more holistic, in a holistic field.
What kind of field?
The holistic field, like far as like Reiki and
Oh, holistic.
Yes.
Okay, holistic. Oh, you like that? All right. Well, that's. Yeah. I guess that's this card. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a good time for somebody like you. Are you? But you're not. Where are you calling from? Did I ask you? Ohio, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, that's why I get it. So some of this stuff is about travel in Egypt. You've got an Egyptian card up. So have you looked at your lineage? You've got a lot of plants, but it's not so green. It's more brown. Guess that could be Pakalolo. I don't know what they call it, herbs, but you've got something to do with Egyptians. So remember that word, because they're going to be looking at you for something to do with your past history. Now, this shows that you have walked away from two men, and you're holding your own now. So you should be able to, with holistic, and you like Reiki healing. Are you practicing in Ohio? Because you personally, did you get your Reiki master or any of the classes they offer in Reiki? Or are you just interested?
I did the Reiki 1.
Oh, good.
Class. So
good.
I took a herbology class. So I just need to keep practicing.
Okay. Well, good, Desmond. That's really, really good that you're doing Reiki 1. You're looking at the herbs and how that can help you. Have you gotten into the oils too, or just herbs?
No, I haven't gotten to oils quite yet.
Yeah. Well, in Ohio, they've got that huge holistic convention. It's the biggest in the world, I think. You familiar with it? Universal. You want me to look it up, or do you go?
I haven't even heard of it. I know we have conventions here.
Is it Universal Life Ohio? event. But no, I want you to go to it's Universal Life Expo, Ohio Expo Center. Now they canceled it in Ohio because of this year, but let me get you their phone number. Hold on. This is your people. Okay, it's called Universal Life. You want to write it down?
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Okay.
Are you near Columbus?
I'm at Cleveland.
All right. Well, you can. The last venue was Columbus. Now that's 2016. Let me see. Well, anyway, it's www.ul. That's for Universal Life. ULExpo, EXPO.com on your internet. www. And I know the ladies that started it. And coming soon, in November, they're supposed to have it. Oh, it just switched. Now, write this down. They're going to have it. Whoops, it switched again. March 6th in Chicago. You can't get to Denver, Colorado Springs. Hold on, it'll flip again. Fort Collins, no, that's Colorado. Tampa, Florida, no. Austin, Texas, no. Raleigh, North Carolina, February 13th. Chicago. Oh, man, they're not going to have one close to you. But I want you to call them, and I want you to ask. Now, let me look. You're in, wait, you just told me. You're in Cincinnati or Columbus?
No, Cleveland.
Dang it. Oh, like the radio and TV show. Okay. Now, let me see if there's Cleveland events. But you need to get known with everybody. Do you go to any of the events near Cleveland?
I haven't been to one in a while, but
you're familiar with it?
Yeah.
It's been hard this year for anybody with festivals and things like that. But just make sure you get plugged into Cleveland TV stations. But Cleveland events, and we should see if there's a whole life, because you're in one of those cities that ought to have. All you need to do is get you a table and take. Do you have products for yourself?
Products, no.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Cleveland. Let's see. Whole Life Expo. Let me see. But you did take a class. Well, gosh, I've got to hook myself back up myself. There's Whole Life Works LinkedIn in Cleveland, Vondell Petrie. But what you'll have to do is make sure that are you on LinkedIn as a like a light worker or truth seeker or working with herbs, or how are you putting yourself out there?
I don't really got a long way to go. I got to get established.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good though. So your cards. Let me look at your cards one more time, because your cards, Tommy. You don't know anything that's going on in Cleveland, do you? For people that want to learn more about whole life and New Age and how they help in the healing industry, do you?
Not really.
Tommy's done it all already.
But, yeah.
Remember how we did the whole life with your friend, Sean David used to go to him all the time. Well, his cards, for some reason he's pulling the Hermit, which but he could work with other women if he wanted to. So you need to get with a psychic and work with her and train with her. Could you do that? You need to study some more. Right. Have you ever thought about doing tarot cards?
Yeah, but I did it with some of my classmates I took Reiki with. We did that.
Yeah. Well, you got to find what tools you want. Maybe you could scry, or either get you a crystal on a chain, and you can, just depends on what you want to do to help people. So, but ask me a question, because you just feel like you're just so going with the flow. I need you to start taking some action, get something going in the direction you want to go. Ask me a question so I can ask the universe for you. Ask me something like make a wish. You know, have you ever heard somebody tell you to make a wish? Yeah, make a wish.
Okay.
You know what that means. Make a wish, and I'll explain it to you. But it's like asking a question. You're going to have to ask me because I'm going to ask the universe, so to speak.
Okay. Do you see me before the year ends? I'm gonna need more money to get books and take classes. Yeah. Do you see me getting more money coming?
Are you going to Unity Church? They're very supportive. They've got their own library. Let me see if there's one. I'm fixing to read your cards, but you want to know financially too, right? Unity Church in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. It says it's on Kingsman Road. There's 3 of them. Now in Cleveland, there's Unity Baptist, Unity Lutheran, Unity Spiritual Center, Westlake. So it'd be the Spiritual Center on Detroit. If you got a pen, I'm going to give you their number.
Okay.
You know, it's a spiritual center. That's what Tommy and I run. We're more metaphysical. So when you're building yourself up and educating yourself, I always recommend to plug into a Unity Church because the metaphysics, they usually have really neat metaphysical libraries. And this one is in Cleveland. It's Unity Spiritual Center. And the phone number, you ready?
Yep.
440-835-0400. Now, I'm going to look at their website and tell you. Do you have a car?
Yes.
Well, they live
Unity
stream. They live stream at 11 a.m. tomorrow. But you could go to Spiritual Center Westlake Unity and plug in. That's where you need to start doing that and go to their fireside chats and plug in so you can start learning. You'll learn from being around people. Okay?
Okay.
And then you can be in our group. Tommy, you want to give him your phone number? Tommy can train you in a lot of stuff. You just have to ask him. Tommy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me give it. Okay. It's 808. Write down Tommy, Tommy. Tommy Hawksblood. And he's going to be training webinars too, but he can help you in whatever subject or leads you. You sort of need a mentor right now. 808-217-5965.
5965.
Yeah. Tommy Hawksblood, Sinisi, 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 like sin, but he doesn't like his last name. But he uses Hawksblood. He's got 2 fathers in this reality. But he can, we'll be teaching tomorrow, too, on Sunday. So you come back tomorrow, and we'll start studying on Sundays, too. So, Tommy, what time are we going to be on tomorrow? 4 o'clock my time?
I think so. That sounds right.
That's 5 to 7 for you. So you want to call in tomorrow?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and call that Unity, or you can live stream it. But you need to plug in because you want to start making money and using your healing. But we've got a whole bunch of classes, and I want you to get you a dictionary, or you can go online and just start looking at metaphysics and just start learning all the tools you can. And what year were you born?
71.
Okay, my children's age. Well, you got a long way to go. But Tommy, you need to write his name down.
Okay, I got it.
No.
All right.
Huh?
Tell him how to spell your name. From Cleveland.
Okay,
spell your name.
DESMOND.
Desmond.
Yes.
Desmond, Desmond of Cleveland, and I referred him to Unity and then also to the Whole Life Expo. But help him. He's got just Reiki 1 under his belt and herbs. But Tommy, just tell him when you're doing and have him come on your show and stuff like that. But we'll get you started, okay, Desmond?
Okay.
We just need to get you plugged in. But just put more energy out there and keep doing, because financially, let me look. I'm going to ask directly because that's what I told you, make a wish. Let's see what it says. Okay. Silver, I need you to wear silver. You're going to be working more with the moon goddess, which is interesting, and your dreams. So I want you to start learning how to interpret your dreams. So right now, they're training you. Tommy, they're training him with his higher self. So you're an initiate. So Tommy can take you on as a neophyte. And you can start learning about dreams and what they mean and dream interpreting, and helping counsel other people with what you're going to be doing in the future, which is going to be, you don't even know yet, but that's okay. And you can, just concentrate on working on yourself while you're healing yourself and learning at the same time. And the fact that you're willing to, help yourself and take those classes, that's great. And his hermit card's up, so it's going to be like, you're going to be one of those deep, deep thinkers, and it's going to be hard to pull you out to work with other people. But I guess you could say like a silent monk type. So, do you wear a hoodie a lot?
Not really. I used to when I was younger, though.
Yeah. Well, Desmond, it was nice talking to you. I appreciate you being part of our show on Halloween. So thank you for joining me and Tommy. And if you can, just keep plugging into me, TJ Morris ET Radio. Did you write it down? Like me on Blog Talk, you have to go outside to TJ Morris ET Radio and hit follow. Do you follow me already, Desmond?
No.
Well, follow me so you can follow what we're teaching. Follow me on TJ Morris ET Radio. You can follow me on Facebook, too. TJ Morris ET Radio. All right?
All right.
And Tommy, you remember his name. And just give Tommy a call when you got a question. He'll help you out. And we'll be here tomorrow, okay? 5 to 7.
All right.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Sounds like somebody coming in my house. Must be next door. All right. Love and light, Desmond.
Love and light.
Oh, goodness. Thank you. Okay, let's get... Hush. 780, did we already get you tonight? Did we talk to you?
Didn't.
Is this... Hi, another man? Wow. How about that? That's amazing. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween to you too, TJ. Theresa.
Who is this?
It's a Jay calling from Canada.
Oh, hi, Jay. Jay?
Yes, it is.
Wow, but I've never talked to you before.
I don't think so. I see your show all the time. I just wondered, you're talking about something about ETs. I just have a question around that, actually.
Okay, well, anything. Yeah, you've got the floor, so Tommy's here and I'm here, so we'll both be glad to talk to you about ETs. It's our thing. What you got for us, Jay?
I've got a question here. I've been in the spiritual stuff for a while, and I've been hearing things regarding, why our Earth has been visited for a long, long time. And I just wondered I got 2 or 3 questions regarding this. Why are aliens interested in our planet mostly? And I just wonder, is it because, this is what I've heard or listened to, is that we were designed a long, long time ago, and we were supposed to be a slave to mining and things like that. And I just wondered if one of the scientists went rogue and decided to put all the different powerful species in our genetics somehow and put it in there so it remains dormant until we woke up to our spiritual realm or something like that. So I just wonder what your thoughts about that is. Those 2 questions.
you're following the On story, which is out of the oldest written language that we have on the planet, and those are the oldest stories. It was in the so at least 4 of the main stories about the deluge and the Atrahasis. Are you familiar with those stories? And the Enuma Elish?
No.
Okay, well, write those down. Get you a pen. You got a pen and pencil? I'm going to help you out here. And then everybody is entitled to an opinion, but it's Halloween, so I'm glad you're asking. But are you serious, right? You're serious? You're not a prank caller tonight on Halloween?
No, I'm serious. Yeah, not a prank caller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, is it costing you to call from Canada?
No, I'm good. We're good. You're okay. Thanks for considering that, though. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I want you to look up the Deluge, Deluge, and then look at all the stories. You can go to YouTube, and there's a lot of stories that are on the planet. Now, Tommy and I have past lives, so we come from a different realm of extraterrestrials. But because we've had past lives, we talk about all the universes and the worlds and the realms, and we're sort of new to this type of talk. We're really old, but a lot of people hang out with us because they like our way of, well, some of them don't. So, but I believe what you're referring to is the language that's known. And just so you know, there's plenty of books out there, and Tommy and I refer to a lot of them that aren't in the original Bible or the German or Constantine in Constantinople before 1600, and then the Gutenberg Bible in Germany. So we are very familiar with your stories that you're talking about, the Anunnaki, which is On of the King On and his children and who they came for. But yeah, you're talking about the people that were like, there's different stories, but the main story is they had the Ajiji. Then they brought 300 to Mars and split up, and then there were 7 men and 7 women. But the stories are retold over and over by scholars that know a lot more than I do. So I would suggest you go to YouTube and educate on the Anunnaki stories. That's just, it used to not be hardly anything out there, but after Zechariah Sitchin and the 12th Planet, he pretty much made it famous. But anyway, I have a lot of friends that ascribe to that, and then I have a past life remembering back in the pyramids, and so I have a past life with Tommy over in Tibet as we came in as extraterrestrials, me, him, and my husband. We were on a scout UFO. But he doesn't remember it, so it doesn't matter, right? He says, we each, he's here. But we all have memories, and for some reason I usually manifest somebody. So you're probably in my story, too. So I don't know where you'll fit yet, Jay, but we'll work on that. But is there anything, you said you want to know why they come? Well, I feel like, now this is my story, but, Tommy, I'll have to get with you on another night on his show. But I feel like we're all extraterrestrial because Tommy and I pretty much preach from the soul that we're just visiting this planet. And he teaches you like your body is your car, So we feel like we're souls just visiting the planet with a body mind. So I subscribe a lot to neuroscience. And do you study at all any particular subjects yourself?
In what way?
Regarding extraterrestrials or ancient history?
No, I was actually just listening to David Icke book, and I was just listening to what's going on with that. And it was really interesting what he was saying about aliens and other things and greys and reptilians and things like that.
I don't know if he ever had a David stayed at my girlfriend's house, but David, you know who he was, right? Hockey player. He's got a good story. Then he became a reporter, but he had a sort of awakening, I guess. But he went off on a real interesting tangent. But I don't know that I personally ever believed in reptilians, but he did, and my friend did. Tommy, do you believe in reptilians? I don't. Let me ask Tommy if he does. Tommy? No, we're not talking about them, but you do.
No,
all right. Well,
definitely.
You may want to talk to Tommy sometime too on our not tomorrow, on Sunday. I'm going to do more spiritual, high-minded stuff, but more neuro. But David is a very controversial spokesperson, but he's an author, and he helps in the awakening of many people. But you have to discern for yourself. But have you got any other authors you can mention to me that you're following?
No. Well, I'm actually just not so much alien stuff. I'm more interested in what's going on in the world right now. So, but it just woke my interest because I heard it before. I just was curious because he was talking about the moon, and the moon is either kind of like a star in a way, but it's hollow inside, and it's like just stories around that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, when they hit, that sound like a bell. Well, there's stories out there with David Wilcott and Corey Good. Tommy follows all of that. I sort of do too. We follow our own ascension. Is what I call it, ascension age, raising your consciousness and awakening, and looking at all the stories that weren't ever really put together properly. So that's what we're doing, is rewriting history. So we follow ancient aliens a lot, but everything has gotten a little out there because they're always looking for more information. But yeah, I totally believe in extraterrestrials. I believe there's plenty of them. I've died, Tommy's died, so we have an afterlife. And then when I was working in the government and working in uniform and out of uniform, I had some very interesting, I guess, remote viewing or psychic experiences with other beings. And so to me, they're very much aware. But I work more with people from M31 in the Andromeda galaxy. It's a separate galaxy from this one. And with a group we call the Allied Command. And they're like, they even work through not black holes. We steer clear of those, but they work through wormholes. So there's wormhole technology. So there's a whole world and a higher level you're going to be working yourself into. And that's what the Ascension Age is all about, is raising your awareness. And it's like a game of life. It's it's a lot like Star Trekkers and Star Warriors, I tell people. But on Halloween, I'll tell you that there's plenty of levels. And Tommy has realms and 3 different levels in each realm. And he explains all that. And I do too. I've got 7 universes and realms. And so there's a lot to know. But you just have to be open and ready to go there, just be open-minded. But follow neuroscience, too. It's all starting to get along with quantum physics, phenomenology, epistemology. And you sound pretty smart. Go ahead. You got a question?
Well, I'm really curious. Oh, thanks so much for the compliment, TJ. I just wondered, why is Earth either a battleground or I'm curious because David Icke said something about the moon is actually was put there in place to obstruct our human connection with the universe.
I don't believe that. Earth, that's
okay.
His choice.
That's what he was saying, because it's like basically block our pineal gland from connecting with the higher realms, if you want to call it that. So it was really interesting. So, but why is he also said it was put here in place and going why is Earth is such a battleground for the human for humans for slavery or something.
It goes with the Anunnaki stories. Remember, it's what we all repeat what we can find. We're all searching, and so what we do basically is we're humans. We're not perfect, so we incorporate what we've been taught and what we've been programmed to conceive, and actually we wind up believing it. But you don't have to. Just follow individuals. I wouldn't say that he's necessarily one I would follow personally. I just take it with a grain of salt. There were some things that I realized I researched myself, but I don't follow that. I don't follow David for that reason.
Well, no.
But go ahead. Where are you going with this? I'll follow you.
I don't follow really. I just basically read his book and was just curious. I don't I know most of the stuff he was talking about. Just curious why he was talking about. But
it's a common thread of conspiracy theories, or if you want to say, I have Ace Folk Life. I have a folk life society because I follow myths and legends and I do research and history. and I enjoy doing it. But he's just not one of my favorites. But I'm sure I'd love him as a human, you know.
Right.
But that story is one where it was, I can just tell you, it comes from a long line of historical beings in their various levels, and we all have these different groups that are, we call them aliens versus extraterrestrials. And there's plenty of stories historically that man has put, you know, in petroglyphs. So we if we want to believe those, that men have came and went before. But as far as just being a planet that was put here, or a spacecraft from another alien group to be our moon, and like you said, block, or I don't go for that. I don't go for that at all. But you just need to catch up on all the reading about different groups and what they believe, because he's only got maybe, I mean, he's educated, no doubt, and he's, you know, very good at some stuff. But once we start using our own perception and our own filters, we start believing what we want to believe, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. So if it's not going, you listen to your gut, right? Not just your mind, your heart, and your soul, right? You listen. So listen with your intent of discernment with your heart, and find some more books to read. Tommy does more for soul. He's already gone through the extraterrestrial alien stuff, but they come and go. I just personally believe they're just a higher level of us in some cases. Now, with my working in the military with my husband, we knew about some that were grays, but they were fragile, and their planet was sort of taken over by a rougher group. So we knew that some came, but we were supposed to have a bunch out there that were supposed to protect planets such as this one, but there's the explorers and the researchers, right? But unfortunately, at every level of existence, and the one that most of the people like Ike and Good and Wilcock and who else? See, Corey Good, David Wilcock, Carrie Cassidy. Tommy knows more than I do. Emery Smith, Gaia TV. They all have their different levels of existence and their levels of their thread of truth and their intention and what they believe is true for them. Like Tommy and I talk about God, but, you know, who is God to you is different than somebody else. But angels, they also follow the Nephilim and the giants and the stories in the Bible. But you can follow the on. But if I was you, I'd go back and study. It's real simple on YouTube. If you go back to the old land, which is Iraq and Iran, right, Persia, and then study all of that and look at the museums, and you'll see the people that visit the museums that know more than we do over here usually, and just learn about the old languages and why those stories are there. I personally can tell you that I have an opinion that aliens have always existed, so alien civilizations exist. That's my choice. And then I've had visitations, and I've seen, I guess you'd say, universal shuttles, because they're unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAP. So I run the UAP Associates, I run UFO Association, I run Alien Contact Organization, but I do my best to put people of different following where they are historically with their education and their belief system, and they're different groups. Some of them are researchers and archivists. But how long have you been into the studying extraterrestrials? Is it just lately?
Well, it's been for a while. It's not my main thing of look. I'm just curious where this is all leading, because it seems like a long time ago humans were used for mining and slavery. And I find that right now we're in the midst of kind of like slavery right now in a way.
Well, it's never changed. So you're talking about the gold mines, and you're talking about the Igigi, IGIGI. Yeah. So the Igigi were made to do the things that the gods or those up in the higher level of existence didn't want to do, okay? So they basically brought some, okay? And they rebelled, basically, and didn't want. It was hard work digging gold, right? So they got tired of it. So they decided to do some DNA scrambling around, right? That's where we get the Adamo race, or Adam. So you can also go to a really cute little place. There's this one young guy. He does he's a shaman, but he does spirit science. Have you seen spiritscience.com? He does little comedy things, but they're really cute.
No.
Yeah, he'll explain it to you too. But what you're talking about is relatively common knowledge in today's systems, academics and among the universities, especially in theology and ancient aliens, ancient archives, ancient history. And we talk about it in theosophy and philosophy, psychology, parapsychology, and among some groups. But you're welcome to join me if you aren't already. I don't recognize you. You sound like you know me, Jay.
No, maybe
you don't.
Maybe I phoned a long time ago, but no, I just happened to your show and go. Like, I see your show all the time because I saw the show topic tonight and go like, oh, this is really interesting. So.
Well, I can let Tommy talk to you about his type, but to me, you need to do your historical. I mean, what we do is we don't do it for you. We don't want to do the homework for you. We want to help you and be with you as you. But you know, it's. I'm not here to give away the store. I mean, because it's no fun that way. You know, each one of us is made to experience what we have to get closer to God. So tomorrow will be more about spiritual, and Tommy and I can talk to you more about. Working on who you are while you're down here. But let's say that you're visiting this planet like everybody else. That's what I believe. So you're here to learn. Tommy, he wants to talk about the extraterrestrial beings, but let me, we've got 28 minutes.
Is everybody else on the line, though?
Let me look.
What was that?
No, we took too long. They got tired of listening to us.
It's pretty important that you listen to this, see what's going on in the world. So,
well, do you have a website, Jay?
No, I don't.
And you're alone?
Yeah, just listening to the show. I always like, well, when you have a brighter mind, you spend time alone. So.
Well, that's good, though. Okay. Well, have you talked to Tommy before?
No, I haven't.
No.
Well, he's relatively controversial. He grew up with his high school debate team, but he's very forward about what he thinks, and I'm sure he'd love to have you learn from him as well. He's in Hawaii, but why don't you ask a question to Tommy? Because I can go on to you. You can call me. Do you have Skype?
Yeah, I can. I have Skype. Yeah. But if it's private, is it a private Skype?
Yeah, I'm going to give you my Skype. Well, no, I'm not private. I'm a personality. I'm TJ Morris ET. I'm a psychic and a ET personality in radio. So
TJ,
TJ Morris ET. I don't get to be private anymore. Not for 12 years. I do help people in talent and entertainment. So once you're in entertainment. So I do psychic work and I do extraterrestrial work. But Tommy is one of my producers and radio hosts. He's helped me here for about 8 years. But write down TJ Morris ET. It looks like TJ Morris Set on Skype.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you my TJ Morris Agency at gmail.com. Or you can write to me as director at uap.associates. For unidentified anomalous phenomena, if you see anything or want to report anything. But I'll be more than happy to work with you as you grow on whatever it is that you're interested in. I'm just tickled that you're here and you're part of my Halloween show tonight. No coincidences, right?
You're welcome. And also a male that phoned in, second male that phoned in. So.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Well, Tommy, Jay, why don't you ask Tommy a question? I'll sit here and let you guys talk for a minute. We got 25 minutes yet. Nobody's here. It's just us. Except the whole world's listening. China's 58% of my listening audience now. I don't know what happened to the Emirates, but America. People love us in China. Go ahead, Tommy. Jay, ask him a question.
All right.
Let him give you let Jay ask you a question, Tommy. That's what I mean. Okay, I'm going to mute for a minute. Go ahead. I'll listen.
Thanks, Tommy. Hey, Tommy, I just wondered. It's nice to meet you. And I got a question regarding the Saturn rockets. Do they have anti-grav ET technology in them to get to the moon?
Well, what you hear. All right, let me just try to get this first in your. For me personally, 90% of what you hear is only a tenth of the truth. Government ships and everything else, all you hear about them is 25 years old. Any of the technology you hear about what's on those ships and what they're using is still way outdated. It's like if you see a UFO today, if you still see one of Billy Meyer's ships that he saw, in the 50s, it's a totally different kind of a ship now. It's not even close to what that looked like. But technology changes so fast, and the government keeps it quiet. We have two ships. One's called the Delphi, one's called the Aurora. Both of them are capable of going to Mars. And I know Trump doesn't even know that. All right? But the problem is they were created a long time ago. So what they have right now and what they're working with, I couldn't tell you. I had people inside. I knew somebody from Majestic 12, and they were on top of the whole UFO world for a long period of time. So, and they still are. But the person I knew died. And that's probably the most elite, private, government-controlled, they control the government group of people in the whole United States. They have the highest clearance. They override anybody. So when people talk about it, you hear drips and drabs. But Truman created them. So it was created in the beginning of the 50s. So they've been here a long time. And with all the UFO programs, with all the things happening, they make sure none of that gets out, period. All the whistleblowers coming out, and like she said, I have a different viewpoint. Most people are programmed. If you leave your body and you're not protected, the government can program you and aliens can program you. And I'll tell you this. I know you wanted the answer. My answer is 10 times different than what TJ said or most other people. I don't believe we were miners. We didn't come here to mine gold. When Atlantis was here, which was the first race brought here to this planet, we were a spiritual race. Then the reptilians, the Anunnaki, and the Draconians came here and changed that and destroyed all Atlantis. And when that went down, there were only 4 races left.
Did they destroy it, or did they blow up the island?
They sunk it. It went down.
Was it them, or is it? That's
no, the reptilians
reason why I'm asking is that you said that they destroyed it, or was it the egotistic?
No, it wasn't.
Atlanteans blew it up.
Changes. Yeah. It was the reptilians, basically. All right, and I'm aware of all my past lives, all the way back to Atlantis. And in Atlantis, it was an incredible place. It was the only time planet Earth was at peace. And we were gifted. We had 32 psychic abilities, the whole thing. It was all taken away because of alien races that came here and were jealous of the human race. But we had 9 colored races here, 9 different colored races of beings. 5 of them completely left, the blue race, the green race, the crystal race, but the red, yellow, black, and white stayed here, all right, for colored codes. But after Atlantis went down, the Anunnaki weren't making us mine gold. They were programming us to be what we are today. Negative people, warring people. We constantly believe in killing, abuse, and all through history. They were sacrificing children and women. Women were never accepted. They were egotistical race, which they forced upon the Atlanteans that were left here. So the mining gold, just so you know, we can make gold right now in the United States. We can make gold. The only difference, it costs more to make it than it's worth when they make it. So to say, if we could make gold now, alien races that are 10,000, 100,000 years older than us could make gold 1,000 times longer, a long time ago. So they didn't need us to bury it, to build it, to create it, to find it. Now, if they were into gold, they would have taken all the gold from the kings, the pharaohs, and all the people that had tons and tons of gold. So it wasn't like they needed us to mine it. That whole story about the Anunnaki was created by Zecharia Sitchin in a great way. He translated it the way he wanted to translate the tablets from them. So, again, I'll tell you this. My viewpoint is it was written by man. Man twists and transforms anything you want into what they want it to mean. So if you go into hieroglyphics, I mean, you want the truth, unicorns were here. Pegasus were here. They existed a long time ago. All right? So even when you talk about mermaids, they were here. A lot of the cave drawings show these beings coming out of the water and stuff like that. But do they want to go into that history? They'd rather just talk about the giants and a certain race, like the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki weren't spiritual. They destroyed the consciousness of the human race, and they actually programmed us to be warriors and haters. And we haven't changed since. If it was true that they were here to help us, we would be so far advanced, we'd be so organized, this world would be the most incredible place in the universe. But we're not. So the concept that we're just minors and all that, no, we are the most spiritual race in the lower realm right now. My viewpoint, because no alien race, they don't have feelings and emotions. So they can't understand what we do or how we think. And that's why they've been abducting us. Now, the last thing you want to know, and you should know, they're here, they need food, period. Nothing else. They don't need anything else from this planet other than food. Every race that travels, the number one thing they need, no matter where they go, is food. Not gold, not stones, not crystals, not things like that. They need food, or they're looking for a new source of food. All right? They can use our bodies as food. They can use our energy as food. So we're useful either way. They're making the planet radioactive because reptilians really can't live above ground unless this world's radioactive, and neither can the Greys. So the Greys can live in radioactive material, and that's why the government's cloning Greys. I mean, the stories are there. The facts are there. I know them. A lot of them are dead, so I don't try to brag about them much. But if a person asks a question, I'll give him my answer. Because in all that time, I mean, do you have a quick question, another question before I say anything?
Hey, Jay.
I'm still listening to you. It's really fascinating because are there like wars for control of this planet between the Greys and the reptilians?
We had three major wars in space. Yeah, well, we had three major wars in space already with a particular race, not an Archon. That's another word.
If there's
no,
another
a particular
war, it'll
race.
be in space. Tommy and I don't exactly agree because of the Anunnaki stories, But Tommy, there's in the old country, there's so much proof of the Anunnaki stories, not just Zachariah.
Well, no, it's proof that they lived here as a race.
I mean, we had
people.
those stories here, right?
But we have all the stories of the giants. We have the stories of the giants.
But remember the Smithsonian, they've hid that for years and years from people. So what it is, they've hid so much from, and I don't know who decided to be the caregivers to the human slave race, so to speak, but, not everybody believes that we're all of the Anunnaki either. So I think that's Tommy's point, would be that, because he's not big on the Anunnaki, being the
we didn't come from the Anunnaki.
Lives.
If people,
some
that's a problem,
people,
TJ.
There's different aliens.
Well, TJ, if people want to believe the Anunnaki made us, they have no perception of God. It's real simple. You either accept God or you don't. If you accept aliens as God, that's your choice.
Well,
because
if you
the
go
Anunnaki
back and look at the Abrahamic faith, that's where they start the stories, even over to all the stories that Constantine decided to have in the
Well, no, that's still humans. That's all human people. They're all human beings. We never change.
Well, that's why they say the Adama. Well, there's so many of what Jay's talking about. There's so many versions of that out there before Zachariah got it. But Tommy and I have been working with so many of the people that, what would you say, Tommy, in radio, following stories?
No, I work with people.
Different stories.
You want to, I got to do some. I'm going to be right here. I just got to tie something. Hold on.
Okay. Anyway, Tommy and I differ a lot because I guess I do a lot of research, and Tommy is very big on what he studied personally, firsthand experiences, and myself as well. But you'll notice that the more that you're around people in the historical researchers are truly interested in book and are authors. We're both authors, but there's a lot of research in our books, and then you got to decide whether you believe in them or not. Tommy's books and my books. But have you written a book yet, Jay?
No, I haven't.
Well, what do you do? Because you sound really close. What do you do for a living? You're not in tech?
I'm a service technician, but just not. I'm more of inquisitive because I woke up about a decade ago and started looking at my health and looking at different things and just listening to programs and exploring. I'm not into reading books, more watching. I learn visually than more reading. But now I've got an audio. I have a program that converts it to audiobooks. So I'm listening to audiobooks, and I just finished the David Icke one, and I'm moving on to A Brave New World. Actually, just want to listen to that. And some other books.
Who wrote Brave New World?
Alex Huxley, and it looks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ender's Game.
Yeah, and it's really interesting how this is going on for a long, long time. I don't think it's like recent, but it's been going on time. It's just a really important time in history that we realize that this is going on and do something about it. So, but it's happening so fast that I don't think it's making people's heads spin right now of what is actually going on and what is actually, where did this come from?
Years ago. I read books. I was, I guess you could say, awake with the 70s, but a lot of us woke up and were just working with people that were into all of this and rewriting, but we were sort of among ourselves, so we knew who each other was. And have you followed anybody in the Ascension world at all? Like, they were into UFOs, too, at the university levels, but they were working with various people like certain channels at the time, whether they were proving neuroscientifically that we were fifth dimensionals or from another level of existence. They're starting to almost go there now with quantum physics. And I don't know, like they're always looking for what the soul really is or what we really are.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going into interdimensionals, but they're almost talking like extraterrestrials, aliens, interdimensionals, and then some of the spacecraft we've had not of Earth origin. So what part are you interested in the most? The original beginning or just the various stories of people coming and going? Because, there's so many stories out there to the origin of you personally. And,
no problem. I just like looking at just the overall picture, and then I put the pieces together. And
there you go. That's what I do. Yeah, I've died literally on the the cold wet slab. Been there, done that. So I know what it's like to be out of body, and so does Tommy, because we both died. So once you've got that, people for years would argue that we weren't dead or that we were just something was wrong with us mentally or something like that. But after a while, enough people write books, and I didn't write a book in the 70s but I first left my body when I was 8. So I know there's a hereafter. So there's no doubt that we're immortal beings. So my quest is to do the spiritual part of us and then also look at those that come and go as interdimensional beings, and then those that actually have higher levels of existence and travel in UFOs or spacecraft not of Earth origin. But I have my own individual experiences, and I believe that when you're ready, and that was something that the spiritual teachers always taught, that when the student is ready, the master will appear. So it's when you're ready, your whole higher self will take you into that part of you that is your reality. And, we're interdimensionals, and I believe we're multidimensional, but also believe that we're not using all of our brain power and all our DNA power and all the junk DNA. So I'm on that quest. It's a very deep quest. So I invite you to come join me, and anytime you want to talk or, I know in Canada it'd be Skype would probably be better. But you're welcome to come and listen to these shows and also be a part if you want to tell us where you're at on your path, you know. Let me see if Tommy's back. But we've only got 10 minutes left. But your voice, you're coming through very clear. That's what I don't understand. Why is your voice so clear? Are you on a cell phone or are you on a computer?
Oh, no, I'm not on a computer. I'm just on not on the Skype phone, but the internet phone. It's hooked up to the internet, but it's actually just a regular number. I mean, that's the reason why it sounds maybe so clear, because it's going through the internet company when I'm phoning, but it behaves like a telephone number.
Oh,
so.
It's okay. It's probably like mine then. My internet, mine's running on cables, and then my internet's fiber optic cables, right? So it's underground, not satellite. Okay, that's why you're so clear. Tommy, I think Tommy must be on satellite. Tommy?
No, I'm on my cell phone. I'm on my cell phone right now.
So does that go up? So yours goes up, but mine's underground. His is underground. So because he sounded so clear.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Well, when I'm home, it's going through the internet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So and I got a real expensive mic on my computer as well.
Well, I've got a silly question. Is your internet running under the ocean cables, or is it bouncing up and hitting the satellite?
It's called Spectrum. It's the 5G. Basically, that's what they're using on everything now. And my cable goes to the main office. Yeah, but it doesn't go under the water.
Wait.
Everything you're going to be getting from now on is in space. It's not underground or under the water. They're not going to be laying cables anymore. There's no reason to. There's no reason to run lines in the house anymore. There's no reason for all the wiring that they used to do.
I've got 5G, but mine's Mediacom, but I guarantee you mine's coming in on the cable. My cell phone,
you're using cable, but your 5G is the satellites in space. That's what makes it 5G. It's a higher frequency, more dangerous than the other. It's just one more, but 6G will be out within a year, so we're not going to be able to keep up with it.
I already heard about 7, interestingly enough, but
we
6
go up to 12,
7.
believe it or not. I mean,
no, well, actually,
go ahead, Jay. What you got?
Well, I did about 3 or 4 presentations on EMF, and what you're talking about is sort of what they're planning, but they're at low frequency 5G right now. And then there's 7 gigahertz, what you're talking about, TJ. And the 60 won't be out for about a couple of years because they're going to 21 and 27 and 60. No, one thing I'm finding out about, this is kind of like off talking about what we're talking about, is that they had a lot of problems with the 60 gigahertz, getting the signals correct and make sure they propagate through walls and things like that, and the propagation of that signal in a distance. And so I don't see a lot of 5G where I live, but they definitely are experimenting with it because it's not doing so well in conditions such as rainy or weather conditions. So it's very interesting. I don't know. What I did is I heard about the new Apple phones are 5G, but it depends how thick they are. If they're kind of thicker, they must have a certain chip in there that'll go with 60 gigahertz. But
the main problem with it, though, it has to be near an antenna. There has to be a satellite antenna somewhere within your area, and that's where they got to put a lot more antennas up for 5G to work.
I thought 5G was microwaves. Is it not microwaves?
It is. It's just high-frequency microwaves.
I'm 6 miles away from the satellite.
So do you have a measuring tool to find out whether it's 60 gigahertz or you're just getting 7 gigahertz? Or even actually the low-frequency ones?
Well, they're using the low-frequency ones.
Okay,
they don't have a mid-band?
No, it's actually...
He's only got mid-band.
No, they don't. They actually using the 4G works at 2.4... The 4 gigahertz the 4G is working at 2.4 gigahertz. The 5G right now, which T-Mobile bought for a lot of money for a very long time. It's almost like over a decade for billions of dollars in your country. it's working with 600 megahertz quadrature AM, which is stereo AM. So that's what they're running right now in order to get you prepared for the higher frequencies. But like I said, I don't see a lot of development. Like in our neighborhood, people putting or the technicians putting up boxes every 100 feet for 60 gigahertz. I haven't seen that. I don't know what it's like in your country, but I haven't seen it because I think right now it costs too much to do that. It just costs too much.
Well, they
to
have
do that,
low band, mid band, and then it just depends on who's got what right now. But now, what part of Canada are you on Toronto's side or way over on the Washington side? Washington
side. So there are, like I said. The mid one is a 7 gigahertz. It's a higher frequency. Remember, all these bands are allocated, okay, and companies have to buy the space up, okay, for a lot of money. So because they're running out of stuff of these spaces now, they're going into whatever they can now. And like I said, the higher frequencies aren't going to come out till 2021 and 2022. So
they're really hurting too.
Yeah,
since we've been at home, it's been so crazy. They keep dropping, bending, low, mid, high, all three spectrums, right?
Yeah.
They're saying it's 5G, but they fluctuate. The waves are crashing. Oh, my gosh. It's been terrible.
What happens is that it'll actually default to 5G and the really high frequency, but it goes down to 4G but those frequencies. You gotta find out what's inside your phone to find out what frequencies are emitting from that phone for communication purposes, right? Because there's 2G, 3G, 4G, and now 5G, right? So the 5G, when people say 5G, it can be a multitude of things. So it's not specific. 4G is specific, 3G is specific, and 2G is specific for frequencies. So everyone says 5G, and I'm scared about the zapping us and things like that. It's just it's not right now because it's just it's happening.
Well, you think they want to use the millimeter bands? They want to be 24 gigahertz, right? They want to be, but that doesn't mean it just because they say it's super fast transmission. So this is important too. So we're going to have to learn adaptive behavior while they're switching beams in and out, right? Folks, we'll work on that, 24 to 28 gigahertz bands, and they're supposed to get licenses through the FCC, but they're auctioning them off for 37, 39, and 47 gigahertz bands for 5G. Yeah. But they've already used them up through the end of 2019. Isn't that right, Jay? The three bands that were the higher the spectrum. So now, I guess if T-Mobile bought the latest ones, I don't know. The sub-6 is mid-band. I don't know. Low-band spectrum they got rid of. But they're still using 2 gigahertz, right? They're still having to use it.
In Hawaii,
for balloons.
And all spectrum is using 1.9 to 2.5 gigahertz at 800 megahertz. All right? Yeah. That's what they're using right now.
That's low.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a really low frequency. It's like
very low for gosh, really. Tommy, that's terrible. No wonder y'all don't get very good, Well, that's something, Jay. But, Jay, if you could come back and stay, are you a techie or you just like to read a lot? You said, no, you're a visual learner. I'm a visual, too. Yeah, I wish I wasn't. But people are just going to that. It's like we're all got ADHD now with books. We want to visual watch it. I learn a lot on YouTube, Jay.
I do, too.
I'm a tuber.
I also listen to
I'm a boomer zoomer. Now, you're younger than me by 10 years. I was born in 51. Oh, wait, you're 20 years younger than me. You were born in 71, right? So you could be my son. Uh-huh.
No, I'm born in 64, so I'm 9 years less. No, 10 years less? No, 9.
64?
4? So 11 years. 11 years.
11 years. 11 years younger. You sound really young, but I like your voice. Have you thought about doing radio?
No. I'm more of a listener and just asking questions because I can. I like asking questions about that now. The more getting into
good. I want you to come back. You think you could come help me do radio shows?
Or we can
Tommy?
talk about anything you want. No, geez. Yeah, okay. I got the other radio shows that are talking about the same thing. So, Yeah. Yeah,
well,
sure.
Are you
Maybe I'll...
are you working, or could you join a geek talk show with me?
No, I am actually working, so during the day, but my evenings are pretty free. But I see you on the Blog Talk radio station show pages all the time, so I just wanted to phone in because you had a topic that I'm interested in right now. I'm just curious because my attention was listening to David Icke, so yeah.
Well,
so
I
look
like
into that
David.
information. I'll listen to the information that you sent me.
Janet. Okay.
Yeah.
I sent you some information? No, I didn't. Oh, hold on just a minute. 917, you're live and on the air. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hey, Anna. This is Anna. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
This is Jay. Jay is from Canada.
Hey, Anna.
Hi. How's it going, Morrison? Are you having
Happy
a good
Halloween.
time?
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Got to meet Jay for the first time, I think. I don't remember Jay ever being here. Was this your first night, Jay? He says he's seen this show before. I don't remember ever giving you a reading, though, Jay. Have I?
No, never asked.
No.
I just wondered what,
What kind of show are you doing tonight?
Well, I came on at 7. Just it's over now. We're out of time, but we're going to come on tomorrow for a spiritual show. But I just wanted to talk to people, really, and give them time to be online with me and Tommy.
Are you going to have some friends over tomorrow on the show?
No, I went and got paid to do a really nice Halloween show for a chief of police and some senator types and some police officers. So they paid me really well to go over and do a Halloween I got to be the psychic reader. That's big in my business as a psychic.
Not bad.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's entertainment, so they enjoyed it. We had a good time, but that's the only thing I did all year. I've been COVID-19 stuck inside, but we're going to do a spiritual show tomorrow.
I'm so glad to hear your voice.
Me too, you Anna. Anna's been with me about 8 years. She comes and goes. She lives in New York.
8 years, right? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, y'all are probably
8
about the
years
same age.
For sure.
Yeah. But you may be the same age. He's in Canada, though. He's over on the Washington side. She's like New York, Manhattan, Bronx area.
Yeah, nobody's.
I'm in a different world here.
Yeah, no one's living there right now. They took off of the city, so.
What? What did you say?
Is it no one's living there? You mean your city or New York?
In New York City, so everyone took off out of the state, so basically, or somewhere they went off. They took out of New York City because of COVID and things like that. So it's like ghost town now.
Oh, did you see a film on it or something? Are they still walking around?
Sorry. What?
Are they still walking around downtown?
People here. There are tons of people here. You have no idea. I froze on. Like, we don't have issues like that.
Yeah, they're still there, Jay. What town do you live in, Jay?
I live in Western Canada. Let's put it that way. So
Western Canada.
A good town. Yeah, but we didn't have.
Yeah. That must be so boring over there. Like,
is it cold and snowy? You have a lot of snow.
Not right now, but it's been really nice weather. So. Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in, Jay and Anna. I'm sorry we have to go, but we'll tune in tomorrow, 5 to 7 my time. So y'all look for me tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to close it out before it closes me out. So
what are you talking about tomorrow, Theresa?
Just spiritual stuff. Me and Tommy will get it on with y'all tomorrow. Y'all just come back. We'll just have an open session tomorrow. Jay and Anna, y'all come back tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Tommy, you said 4
Thanks,
my
Tommy.
time, so 5 Eastern.
Okay,
5 Eastern, 5 to 7. All right, love and light, everybody. Well, okay, tomorrow we'll just start again. Good night, everybody.
Good night.